Hello, welcome to another episode of Leo Interviews. Today we have Miguel Delgado with us.
Hello.
Hi. Well, let's go ahead and get into it. Tell me a little bit about you.
Well, a little bit about me. Yeah, my name is Miguel. I live in Northern California. I was born in Mexico. I'm 38 years old. I have two kids. They're younger than you. My son's 6 years old. My daughter's 4. I'm married. I have a big family and big family guy. I got myself a nice big house so I can fit my parents in it. So my parents live with me. I also have 9 chickens. Can you believe that?
Wow,
I
that's a
have,
lot of chickens.
it's a lot of chickens.
Yeah, I can't imagine having like 9 white fluffy pillow things just going crazy.
Yeah, they're definitely very fluffy. They're funny. They're really, really funny animals.
Oh,
So yeah, that's and then of course for my work, I'm a certified financial planner. I'm a wealth advisor, and for the firm that I'm at, I'm the head of financial planning.
cool. Would you mind telling me a little bit more about that?
Of course. Yeah, so I play a lot of different roles for different people. For the company, I serve as kind of a mentor, a guide. I try to lead by example, but I also try really hard not to be stuck in my own ways. Sometimes when you get really good at something, and when people think you're really good at something, you stop learning a little bit and you start teaching, and then you kind of stop learning. And so my whole thing is, even though I've reached a point in my career where I'm pretty good at what I do, I like to teach others, but I also like to learn. I want to make sure that some of my mentees or my students, I sometimes learn from them, and I'll put them on the spotlight so that they can teach other people too. So I try to not be a leader, but I try to lead a group of leaders so that they can lead as well. So that's
Yeah,
what yeah. So that's what I do for the company. Yeah,
always be a leader, guys. Never be a follower. Always be a
exactly.
leader.
Yeah,
What is your
and then help other people lead too.
Yeah? What is your biggest challenge and how did you overcome it?
Ooh, my biggest challenge, and how did I overcome it? So when I was in college, I was working full time. It's not maybe it's not the biggest one, but it's the biggest one that I can think of at the moment. When I was in college, I was working full time. I had a full time job, and I was going to school full time. And so uh, something happened in my life where I basically lost my car, and I wasn't able to drive to work, and I wasn't able to drive to school. And the reason it was really hard was because my job was really far away, and I also had a large group of friends, and I had school, and it was difficult coordinating with, and it's sometimes it's hard asking for help, and so I had to ask a lot of people for help if they can drive me here, pick me up, drop me off, that kind of thing. It humbled me because I also had to, I had a nice car, and I was starting to take public transportation, so I took bus and BART, which is here it's a Bay Area Transit. And there's people from all walks of life. There's business people, there's homeless people, you see all kinds of things on public transportation. And the areas that we were driving through aren't the prettiest to get to the job that I had. And so yeah, it was humbling. And at first, it was really hard. But then towards the end, it actually became kind of a blessing because I was able to slow down. I started talking to strangers. I started writing. I started reading more. And to some degree, even though those were maybe not the prettiest days of my life, they were some of the days that I was the most awake, and I feel like I was connected to a lot of people because I was constantly surrounded by all different walks of life.
I would say, what is something you are proud of yourself for?
Something that I'm proud of myself for. Well, I'm proud of the fact that I can't take all the credit myself. I think I learned a lot of this from my own parents, but I'm proud that I don't give up on the things that I believe in. And I'm the kind of person that is constantly looking to improve. I don't believe in I've tried everything and it doesn't work. Sometimes if it doesn't work, maybe it's not the right thing you should be doing. But if it's something you really believe in and something that you believe in strongly, when there's a million ways to try something, right? Like if you believe that you should be able to, I don't know, run. Well, just because you don't have legs doesn't mean you can't run. There's things. What is it? Prosthetics or whatever they're called that you can put on your legs. There's all ways you can be on a wheelchair and still race, right? If you really believe in something, you make it happen. And if it's cliche, but if you get knocked down, you get back up and you try again, try it a different way. So I'm really proud of myself for having done that, because it's led me to be the person that I am, as a father, especially. And I see that my kids, even though they're really young, they pick up on that now as well.
Yeah, I remember one time I was playing this game with like my friends, and so they I guess the game like recently added like wheelchairs. So we did
Yeah.
this funny thing where our little characters got in the wheelchairs, and then we had like a wheelchair tournament race. We had to get from like one side to the other using the in-game wheelchairs.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And who won?
That was a while, so I don't really remember. Probably me. Also,
That's awesome.
I noticed a little something back there in your background. Was that like a dog or a wild chicken running loose?
No, it's not a wild chicken. I have a golden doodle, but he's brown and cream. His name's Bruno. He's about 45 pounds, so he's a little big. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a dog as well. He's
What
like
kind of dog?
he's a Yorkie poodle. We got him like when he was first born. We are like, oh, he'll be so small, like able to fit our hands, right? Or not that small, but at least kind of smallish. No, we get him, and like he could probably take up the whole screen. He's massive.
Big.
Yeah, he's a bit. And when we like leave him at the vet, for some reason he gets fatter at the vet. I don't know what happens, but if we put him at a kennel somewhere that's usually like a veterinarian place, he just sometimes gets fat. We can't explain what to feed him, but he just does.
Yeah, maybe he's hiding snacks in the corner.
He might. What is a way you think we can all change the world?
Yeah. That's a great question. I think one of the hardest things for us as humans is one of the simplest things that we can do. It doesn't require a lot of energy. In fact, it's free. You can do it right here and right now. In fact, you want to practice it with me?
Sure.
Okay, let me show you something. So I want you to put out your hands like this. And now I want you to squeeze your hands, not too tight, but just squeeze them. And now squeeze them tightly. And I want you to really think about your hands. And now I want you to open your hands. Now, this whole time that you did that, were you aware that you have feet on the ground?
Well, I mean, yes, I do have feet on the ground right here.
You weren't thinking about that, right?
No, I was mostly thinking about my hands.
Yeah, you were thinking about your hands. And so I think one of the most important things that people can do is we can practice awareness. Awareness is being aware of how we feel, the small little subtle feelings of how we feel. It could be the sensations around our body. And it's really important because the more aware we are, the more aware we can be of who we are. And the better we understand ourselves, the better we can understand other people. I'm sure you've seen another person, maybe a kid or an adult, and they're going through something and you were able to understand because you've gone through it yourself. Have you ever gone through that? Like you see somebody crying or you see somebody sad and you can understand that they're sad because you've been sad too, right? So you know what that looks like. Yeah. And so the more we understand ourselves, the better we can understand other people. And the better we can understand other people, I think it doesn't necessarily fix the whole world, but that's definitely one major step. And so just practicing awareness, practicing the small little details that sometimes we don't think about, like our feet. Our feet are on the ground. And so just being aware.
Also, I just want to point out something, guys. Juice Lane is not the sponsor of this video. So it is not sponsored. I might have to just duct tape it. So.
Neither has Titleist.
Oh yeah. Guys, it is not the sponsor. I just decided to wear a beanie because the camera's not pointing to it, but if you live under a rock, then you probably don't know. But if you don't live under a rock, then you'll probably know that the U.S. is having this global freezing thing that has been going on, and we're actually very high up north, so it's very cold here. It's like we're getting more snow than you could possibly imagine.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, we have no snow here, but I've heard of it. Yeah. New York and a lot of places in the north. The
legendary white thing that people call snow. Mm-hmm. It's a myth. It's a myth in Mexico.
That's right.
Well, also, like, it's just crazy on how like nobody everybody expected some type of like winter snow, but nobody thought it would be globally for the entire USA,
Do you think that's a good thing, or is it a?
I think it's probably kind of a bad thing, just because like most of the states down south, especially where our main home is, it's we're not prepared for it. So there's a bunch of stuff going on. Everybody's freaking out. Cars are sliding. It's this whole monstrosity of a problem downstate.
It would have been nice if they would have gave a warning, like, "Hey, next week we're gonna have an avalanche of snow."
Yeah, or we're gonna have probably the world's biggest snowstorm that has ever been reported in history. And be like, oh, at least they give us 2 weeks to prepare. No, this thing comes and it was when it's
how rude.
Yeah, it's like how rude, scientists. You should have told us sooner. No, I'm just kidding, guys. Please respect your scientists.
That's right.
When you were scared, was it something that helps you feel brave again?
When I was scared, well, at what age?
I guess any age,
any age. Okay.
Yeah. Or I guess what's the normal thing that you do when you are scared that helps you feel brave again?
I think it's sometimes when I breathe. Have you ever taken deep breaths to calm down?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do when I'm about to have the world's best dessert. Mm-hmm. At least I read reviews on Google. Then then it's actually there. I'm like, just start scarfing it down.
You gotta try that. Yeah. Maybe it changes the flavor a little bit.
Yeah.
But when I was younger, I would say, I was really close to my mom, so my mom always helped me feel safe. Having people there, but you don't always have people there. Sometimes I've been scared and I didn't have anybody close by, and so it was just me. And so the only thing I could do, and always works, is breathing. And sometimes I'll repeat things to myself, and I'll say something like, "You are not alone. You are not alone." That kind of thing. So it's called a mantra, right? And so having deep breaths and breathing out, it lowers my blood pressure, and I can feel myself getting more relaxed, and I don't have to be as afraid anymore.
Yeah, a guy that we actually interviewed. The video is not out yet, but probably when we get this video out, that video will probably already have been out.
Uh-huh.
But he said that if you breathe in once, like you only get to like here. If you breathe in twice, like you actually get something like the head, and then you can clear everything out.
Yeah,
At least that's what I
absolutely.
heard from him.
Yeah. There's so many good breathing techniques. It's good to look them up. You can look them up on YouTube. There's just put in breathing techniques, and you could even put breathing techniques for kids, or breathing techniques for adults, or breathing techniques to to handle
Everybody.
fear and stress. Exactly. Yeah.
Cats, dogs, your pet warm, whoever it may be.
That's right. We
Yeah.
can all use it.
What advice would you give to your younger self?
What advice would I give to my younger self?
Jimmy,
Boy.
don't eat the dirt.
Yeah.
I know it looks like chocolate fudge, but you can't. Okay, it's not really free Hershey's chocolate.
Yeah. I think I would say, so when I was younger, in my teenage years and in my early 20s, I couldn't wait to grow up. I wanted to be my age now as soon as possible. And I just thought that the sooner I can grow up, the faster I can get to live the life that I wanted to live. And can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. And and so I guess one of the things I would tell myself is, take your time. And people always told me that, adults, they always say, take your time, you have plenty of life, enjoy your young years. But it was hard for me to do, because I just kind of thought, you don't know what you're talking about. I want to be older. I want to be successful. I want to have a house. I want to have, independent and all those other things. But boy, now I did enjoy my younger years, but I was so in a hurry to grow up and all that. I wish I would have, I wish I can go back and say, hey, I'm from the future, and everybody that's telling you this, they're right. You should really actually just slow down.
I traveled in a mysterious time machine. Don't ask
Don't
how.
ask. Yeah.
Just take this word of advice from me. Don't ask why.
You are dreaming. This is just a dream.
This is just a dream, but take the words of advice.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well,
I probably would think it was a dream if I saw myself and I'm like, oh man, that looks like me, but older.
I guess I myself.
Yeah, exactly.
It's real. Yeah. Well, that's going to be it for today's podcast. But as always, we have the very last question for the last, because it is the best question. It is one of the best of the best. So, have you ever been to like a restaurant, like a very like high tier fancy restaurant before?
Yeah.
Yeah. And have you seen something on the menu that's you can't pronounce it, so it's probably expensive, and they're sneaky so they don't show the price on the actual menu. So you're like, might as well try it, and you get it, and then you're like, it's snail poop. Great. If you could go back and change your order to something else, what would it be?
Ooh, if I had that experience and it was really that bad, then I would probably go back and let's see. I would ask if they just have just a cheeseburger. I mean, you can't screw up a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to know something actually crazy? We went to a restaurant and they actually messed up a cheeseburger.
Oh man, what did they do?
I forgot what they did, but I think it only had like a tiny bit of cheese. And yeah, it's called a cheeseburger.
It's a cheeseburger.
Yeah, like you're supposed to have
yeah. I mean, you could put more cheese, but not less.
Yeah, like why are you like minimizing like the amount of cheese? So, like I want a full block of cheese on my cheeseburger.
Unless there was cheese inside of the meat. Now we're talking.
Oh yeah, now I don't mind. Well, that's gonna be it for today's episode. But is there one more thing that you may want to say to the viewers?
No. Well, sure. Yeah. I think one last thing. I just wanted to thank you. This is great. So to anybody that's watching this, or actually more like whoever else you interview, I think these are wonderful questions, and I hope it gets people thinking about how we can all learn from each other, because we're all very similar, even though we're different. You have a beanie on, I have a hat.
Yeah.
Right? But we're not so different.
Also, not sponsoring this video.
Not sponsored.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not this
so
is
different.
not sponsored. Please
Yeah.
don't say sponsored somewhere in the comments.
There you go.
If I see the word sponsored, you're gonna get I don't know. You might get a piece of snail poop in your mailbox. So do not type the word sponsored, because if you will, you might get 2 snail poops instead. Depends.
And I do not want to receive snail poop, so
Yeah.
I will definitely not comment.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's gonna be it for today's episode, guys. It was nice meeting you, Miguel.
It's nice to meet you too, Leo. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Yes, nice to meet you. Well, until next time, guys. Bye.
Bye.